Hey, everybody. My name is Ray Hanania. I've been a writer for almost 50 years. Politics, government. I covered Chicago City Hall for nearly 20 years at the hall, and then another 10 years outside of the hall. But just writing about everything. And a lot of people ask me, how do they get my writings? And it's easy. Just go to hanania.com. Or Ray Hanania, HANANIA.com. And you can get all my latest columns 4 or 5 times a week free. You want to donate, of course, that's great. I think it'd be phenomenal because it helps me do the research. It helps me get the word out on what I'm doing, and it keeps me in touch with people. You can also go to several websites that I run, suburbanchicagoland.com and the arabdailynews.com. Those are websites where I post stories, maybe about the Arab American community. My mother's from Bethlehem. Jesus is my cousin. So I'm Palestinian, Arab American. I served during the Vietnam War. So don't give me any of that crap about not being an American. I love being an American, but I'm also proud of my heritage as an Arab and a Christian Arab at that. So, if you want to read what I write, you want to keep up on Orland Park politics, what's especially in the southwest suburbs of Chicago. I write about Chicago, but I write a lot about the southwest suburbs, Orland Park, Palos, Tinley Park, all the way south into Frankfurt. Who's doing what? You want to know what's going on in your neighborhood. You want to understand the politics. With the media today, a lot of the newspapers just don't cover things. I write for the newspaper chain, the Southwest News newspaper group, which includes the regional, the Des Plaines Valley News. So my columns run in those newspapers, about 8 of them, and it's going to expand to about 25 soon. So you'll be able to get the column all over the place. But when something happens, it takes a week for a column in the newspaper to get out. But when something happens, you can find it on my websites first, fast, and quick. You don't have to wait for the paper to come out. And I love the newspaper. It's a great paper that I write for, and it gets around all over. So I'm just urging you to go to my website, support me so I can get more news out there. No one's covering it other than, the Southtown Tribune. They do a good job, but they just have so much they have to cover. And the Southwest News newspaper group, they have so much to cover. And of course, there's the Patch, which unfortunately got brutalized by the mayor of Orland Park because he didn't like something that was published there. But I hope you come to my website, hanania.com or rayhanania.com, HANANIA, and go to my other website, suburbanchicagoland.com and the arabdailynews.com. And, when you go to rayhanania.com or hanania.com, there's a notes section because I write for newspapers in the Middle East, weekly columns. I do a radio show based in Michigan. All that stuff is posted at rayhanania.com or hanania.com. You can watch or listen to those radio interviews and find out what's happening in the Middle East too. I love to write. It's my favorite thing to do. And I love politics. So I hope you'll take a minute to visit my website. I mean, this week, for example, just in the past week, I did a column yesterday about the rising cost of sports. It's just amazing what it costs, how much they're paying these sports people. Day before that, I did a story about Mayor Keith Pekow, probably one of the worst mayors I have ever run into. This guy is horrible in Orland Park. He's just terrible. And his lies and exaggerations, oh my gosh. He's spending more money like crazy. I've never seen anybody waste so much money than him. I talk about being Arab American at Thanksgiving and how I love to cook Middle East turkey and Middle East food, stuffed grape leaves. I'm not afraid of taking on controversial issues like I believe that if you enter this country illegally, you should be prosecuted. You should be deported. I just, when you look at the numbers of, these illegal aliens, they do generate money for this country. They do work, they do pay taxes, but we pay twice as much as what they earn, what they bring to us just to support them. And when we try to kick them out, no one wants to take them back. So the foreign countries have tougher rules about people coming into their country than we do. We're the country that has the weakest rules, and anybody just comes in here illegally. I talk about a sex case at District 135, elementary school district, where these two daughters who were part of triplets when they were in elementary school were sexually abused by a teacher. And that's taken 10 years to get that all resolved. It's amazing how slow the process is. And I also talk about Arab Americans and how they're on a road to empowerment if they just get their act together. They're so emotional. They get upset about everything. They don't think right. They're not strategic. They get upset. And rivalry is the biggest problem we have. If someone opens up a newspaper in the Arab community, another Arab American who has nothing to do with journalism will open up a newspaper just to compete with them and undermine them. Because I think the old saying goes that, when the devil has Arabs in his vat, he doesn't need to put any disciples to keep us in the boiling water. All the Arabs underneath us pull us back down. We destroy ourselves. We got to change the community. So that's what I do. That's my mission. I want to change the Arab American community, make it a better community, make it respect each other. I want people to do the jobs they're trained to do and work as a network. If you're a doctor, you're a doctor. Don't be a columnist. I'm a columnist. I watch Marcus Welby, MD. I could do heart surgery, I guess, because I've seen it on TV. But just because you've seen journalism, or the Watergate scandal on TV doesn't mean you can write a column. So I dedicate my life to writing fact-based opinion columns. I tell you what my opinion is based on the facts that I see, and I give you the links and I give you the background, so you can decide. You're smart enough to decide. You don't have to agree with me. You're smart enough. So I hope you'll do a couple things. Subscribe to me on YouTube right here. If you're not a subscriber, get me into I need thousands of followers to get my views out there. So subscribe doesn't cost anything. If you do want to get my columns every time I write 4 to 5 times a week, you can subscribe to those columns at rayhanania.com or hanania.com. Either one of those domains will take you to the website where you can read my columns. So anyway, I hope you have a great holiday. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great Christmas holiday and a New Year. And I hope you'll take the time to take a deep dive into regional Southwest suburban politics, into the American Arab community, and also into Middle East politics. Get my perspective on what's going on. Thank you so much. Ray Hanania here. Talk to you later. I hope I see your name pop up on my subscription list. Thank you.